So, I wanted to make a video today about a concept that I've heard called freedom from outcome. And I'm just going to give some examples of how it applies in my life and how I've shifted my mentality and my mentality has changed in a couple ways, and then how those mentalities affected my quality of life, basically. And so I'll start by giving an example. So I'll use dating as an example. So freedom from outcome. What does that mean? It means you can still want things, but you're not like heavily invested in things going a certain way. So freedom from outcome is more just like, I'm not trying to control the outcome. I'm just allowing the outcome to be what it is. I'm not invested in things going a certain way. Despite the fact you can still want things to, be excited that things may go in a particular direction. But you're not like putting so much investment and like pressure into things going, which inevitably makes things less likely to go in a direction that you know. So anyway. Coffee break. Anyway, so I'll give an example with dating. So in the past, I would, for example, say going on a date with someone, and then, we'd agree on a place, and then we go there, and I say, oh, let's go to this sushi place. And then I get there, then I'm at the menu, and I'm waiting, and she's not answering the text. I'm like, okay, well, I'm here, so I'm just waiting on you. 20 minutes goes by, 30 minutes goes by, 40 minutes goes by, an hour. I'm like, I guess she, something weird happened, ghosted, blocked, so in the past, so irritated, what does this mean about me? What does this mean about dating? What does this mean about women? What does this mean about my attractiveness? What does this mean about my ability to find people and to live a life that I enjoy? What does this mean? I'd get so mad and upset. Not necessarily mad, but often mad, but just upset. And I would just get upset because I'm just like, why, what, So then whether I have a good time becomes dictated by other people's actions, which I can't control. So you can imagine that's not a good situation to be in. So then it's like, that's not fun. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like I need the interactions to go a certain way to feel good. So then I'm like unconsciously putting pressure on people to do certain things or trying to control people so that they don't affect me and upset me, which doesn't feel good at all. So then contrast that with a completely different type of mentality, which is like, so then after a while I realized this is not working for me. This sucks. This is terrible. So why don't we try something different? Why don't I go to a place a freedom from outcome, apply that to this situation. So why don't I go to the sushi place and say, hey, I'm going to be at the sushi place. You're free to show up if you want. I would love to see you there. So then, but you don't have to. It's just an offer. I'm not going to be mad that you didn't show up for whatever reason. Maybe you just don't want to. Okay. But I'm just saying here, I'm going to be here at this time. You're free to show up. See, I'm going to have a fun time whether you're there or not. Now, it might be more fun if you were there, maybe, but I'm not just going to let that dictate whether I have a fun time, What kind of life is that? So then that's another way to put it. I'm just going to go eat sushi and enjoy myself, And if other people want to join in, then that's up to them. But ultimately, in this situation, I control whether I have a fun time. So then I allow myself to have fun, and then I have a fun time. And then the outcome doesn't matter. Whether people show up doesn't matter because I'm there to have a fun time, and I'm going to have a fun time, and then I do, and it's great. So, it's like, that's a way better way to approach things. And then it's so then you're guaranteed to have fun. And then you're actually more likely to generate some positive social outcome. Because if they do show up, great. If they don't show up, great. And then maybe they realize that you had a lot of fun. Oh man, it was so fun. You should have been there. They're like, oh. So then that takes pressure off of other people because you're just saying, hey, like this is just an offer. I'm not trying to persuade you, convince you to do what I want to get something from you. It's like just an offer. I'm having fun. I'm just sharing something with you. It's an offer. You can take it or leave it. Here it is. I'm just offering value. That's it. And that is a way better way to do things. But then also, it's not just dating. Like you can apply this to just life in general. You can apply this to anything. Like say you're like really broke, or say you're really rich, or say you're really broke, right? You don't have any money at this point in time. So, this kind of connects to another idea. It's like it really is like how you look at things. Like you can frame things in a good or a bad way, and it's like, and that completely, like the way you frame it completely changes the way it's perceived and how you navigate that situation. So like, being broke is an example. You could see it as a bad thing. Oh, I can't afford stuff that I want. Oh, it's really depressing. Oh, I have my self-worth tied to how much money I make, and now I feel terrible, and oh, it's horrible, and then I have all these things that I'm neglecting, financial responsibilities I'm neglecting because I can't afford it. Oh, it's horrible. Ah, horrible vicious cycle, or ah. But well, what's one way you can look at it is not be attached to the outcome. Is like, well, whether I have money or don't have money, I'm still me. I can still live a great life and enjoy myself. And what are positive things that you could gain from being broke? Well, it forces you to be really creative. Say you want to go on dates a lot, but you can't afford the date. Well, we're aside from like saving up and all this stuff. Like, it's just like, how can I afford that? Is a pretty good question. But it forces you to get creative. Like, what are things you can do for fun that are free? Go to a park, have a picnic. I mean, like, just you got to get. It forces you to be creative. Also, it forces you to be more resourceful, because I can't just buy a fast food microwave meal thing and then just eat like bam, 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 bam. Oh, call the Uber Eats thing and then just get the food delivered. Like, I have to be like, I have a limited budget. I only have so much money. What's the biggest bang for my buck? How can I gotta buy oats in bulk, and then that'll get it cheap enough so I can afford it. Then I gotta make the oats, and then I gotta soak my own black beans, and then blah blah. So then you're learning to cook. Then you're learning how to really be efficient with what you have and use everything that you have. That's an incredibly valuable skill set. So it's like, that's another way to look at it. And this reminds me too of Victor Wooten talked about this. He said like a great like analogy for this is like music. So his point is like, you can take the two notes, one half step apart. Let's say B and C, and if you play B and C together, it probably sounds like they clash. Like it's just it doesn't sound good. But if you take that C, or no, you say you take the B, and the same note, you take the B and you just move it up an octave, so it's B at a higher octave. Then you play those two notes together, it sounds beautiful. Then, because it creates what's called a 7 chord, and it's like, and it's so amazing. It sounds so good. They're the same exact notes. They're just an octave apart. Like, you just change the octave. It's still a B. It's the same note. It's just, instead of do, it's like just a higher or lower octave. Why does it sound better? Well, the context between the notes changed. The same notes are there, but it's the context changed. So you changed your frame of reference. It's like if you wear a clown suit, that might be funny. If you wear a clown suit at a funeral, that's maybe not so funny, right? What's the difference? It's still a clown suit. It's the context. This is the relationship. You change the relationship between all the elements, but the elements are still the same. So that's another great way to put it. So his point is like, if things seem dissonant, if things seem like they clash, you're looking at it from the wrong octave. You need to change your octave to get it to be harmonious again, which is a beautiful idea. But this is a similar type of situation, and we have a choice over how we want to see things. Even if it doesn't feel like we do, and it feels like it's really difficult, blah blah blah, but we still do. So Let me check how much time I got on here, because I'm limited. Okay, cool. So anyway, I mean, I could think of plenty of examples, but I mean, that's just the same kind of concept. You know, I guess these all kind of relate to freedom from outcome, because because there's many things about life you can't control. You know, it's just things happen to a certain degree. You have a limited scope of influence. Coffee grounds. Anyway, so but what you can control is your frame of reference, or how you look at things, or things like that. So that's really interesting. And it's like, just there's so many things like where I'm like, I really struggle with like that it's like I just change the frame, the mentality, the perspective that I have on it, and then it leads to a completely different, like my emotional reality becomes completely different. So yeah, so that's just pretty much basically the point I want to talk about. So what value does this have to people? Like, you can change your frame of reference. Cool. Now what? Like, you gotta apply it. You can't just hear me say, "Oh, you gotta change your frame of reference." Okay, cool, Austin, I got it. I'll do that. Never. Like, it's harder to do that in the moment. You know, I've noticed I have these sort of like cyclical sort of things where like I'll see things in like a more consonant type of frame, you know, and then I'll switch into a more negative frame and blah blah blah. But I thought of a great example, a great story. So listen to this story. So years ago, this was like right after I discovered. Man, my nose is itching so bad. Sorry. This was years ago after I discovered Goggins and read his book, and I like was infused with all that energy. Like, let's do this, you know. And I was riding with my mom in the car, and we were just leaving a restaurant, Connie House. You know, we met this little couple at the Connie House, and we were chatting them up, and it was super fun. And we're like, oh, I had a great time. And then we left, dude. My nose is like now is itch time. So anyway, so we had a great time, and then we left, you know. And then as we're leaving like the exit ramp, the car just, you can feel something underneath the car just go, and then it just stops. The car just stops. It's like, it's not moving. It's toast. We're like, oh no. It's like it was nighttime, so it's like there wasn't that much traffic, but it was just like, you know, nothing's open. Anyone that could help you potentially, it's all closed, you know. So what are you gonna do? So now we're just like, ooh, this isn't good, you know. So then I immediately, like, you know, in my previous mentality that I had adopted more often, I would have been like, oh, catastrophize, oh no, this is so horrible, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have to walk like 10 miles home or whatever, and in the dark, and then, oh no, this isn't fair, and blah blah blah, and why does the car can't be blah blah blah. But that didn't happen. This time, what did I do? I immediately was just like, okay, I rolled with it. I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. You know, life throws a curveball at you. Your car's boof, your car's done, all your plans are boom. I'm like, okay, roll with it. Okay, that's what's happening. Cool, let's do it. Okay. Well, so then I immediately started thinking, well, we can't have the car sitting here in the middle of the lane where cars go. So I immediately got out. I'm like, you know, I'll push the car. We'll push it at least off to the side up here so we get out of the line of traffic. So this took maybe like less than 30 seconds. And so I got out immediately, and she had it in neutral, and then I'm pushing it. And coincidentally, right when this happens, I'm wearing like yellow pants. It's really weird. Very, very distinctive. You know, I'm a very, like, you can see me in public like that, and it's a very distinctive look for me. So, and right as this was happening, the same couple from Connie House was just happening to drive, and they saw us, recognized me, and then we're like, stopped by, and we're like, hey, what's going on? You guys need some help? And then that saved the day. They ended up, you know, we moved the car, which was a really fun memory, like pushing a car through the city at night, like it was really fun. But anyway, so then we moved into a gas station overnight, towed it in the morning, blah blah blah, and then they gave us a ride home, so everything was cool. And then we have other, like I have my car, so then we dealt with the thing tomorrow or whatever. But and then so like that's what ended up happening. So it's like, and so why did that whole thing happen? Because I had that mentality. If I hadn't have got out immediately, they would have drove right by. So and then I mean, not like you could have come up with another situation afterwards. So it's not like you're totally doomed, but still, I mean, then we wouldn't have had those people stop by, and then we didn't have any people we could call. So it's like, it would have been a way stickier situation. So the situation ended up being really easy because I had that mentality. It was like, roll with it. Let's do this. Let's get on it. And I think about that story like all the time. Like, see, this is the perfect example of everything all these people are talking about. It's like, this is like, imagine if you're rolling like that through life all the time. What is that going to do? Like, how much better is your life going to be in general if that's your mentality that you're carrying with every situation, every curveball, you roll with it, let's do this, And it's like, that's just another great example. Like, there's opportunities everywhere, but you don't see it. And so you have to be open for the opportunities. And then when you are open, cultivate the openness in yourself. Then you see them everywhere. And then more importantly, you can take advantage of it all. And it's always like unexpected opportunities, And this ties back into the freedom of outcome thing. Whereas, like, another great example, I was filming a music video last year, like I am always, I got a cool one I'm working on now. But anyway, so like a couple of years back, maybe a year ago, I was looking for an actress, and I didn't have any actresses at the time. So, but I was just making friends and building my social circle. So I just happened to be talking about it with my social circle, and a couple of people I knew were like, "Oh, I know a girl who can help you out." I'm like, "Oh, really? Cool. Like, say, here's her number, bloop." So I'm like, "Oh, sick. I guess I got an actress now." My nose is like itchy like crazy. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Like, it's like making me tear up. It's weird. I don't know why. Anyway, I mean, if you itch it, it makes it worse. But anyway, so then that happened. So then, boom, got an actress. We filmed the music video. Everything was cool. So like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I wasn't going into it expecting like, are you gonna be in my video? Are you gonna, oh, you're not, are you gonna be in the video? Are you gonna be my partner? Are you gonna be my friend? Are you gonna be my business partner? It's like, So this kind of helps me revisit some of this concept, is like, when you don't have freedom from outcome, you're putting pressure on people. So you're pressuring them like, I need you to subscribe to my channel. I need it. How much does that make you want to subscribe? Exactly. Less so than if I just didn't care and was just like, do whatever you want, I don't care. Then it's like, oh, putting pressure on people makes them less likely to want to do something. And this is it's kind of like similar to like giver and taker mentality. If you're just, it's like not having freedom from outcome is more of like a taker mentality. And people can sense it, that you just want something. Like, you're not really interested in people for who they are, but you just want something. That's not attractive. So like, you just go up to something and they don't care about you at all. They just want what you have, or want to extract resources from you like you're an object. It's very objectifying. It doesn't feel good. You're not going to attract really healthy people like that. But then if you have a more giving mentality, then you're like, I'm just presenting an offer. I'm providing value, and that's it. I'm not trying to extract anything from you. Like, I'm just interested in people as they are, and getting to know them. And if I get stuff out of it, cool. But that's not what it's about. So it's kind of like, it's just a way better way to live to me, There's way less stress. It's more fun. You can connect with people. It's like, and then you have way better outcomes when you don't care about the outcome. That's one way to put it. It doesn't mean you don't have desires, or you wouldn't like certain things to happen, or it wouldn't be fun if you could make a friend or a lover or whatever. But it's just the way you go about doing these things. You can't search it, like, go after it, like, putting everything through the frame of, are you the thing I want? Can you get me what I want? Because then you're just seeing people for what they can offer you and not for who they are. So then so then anything that they could offer you, you're closed off to. So that's another thing. Maybe someone that you can offer you something different than what you expect. So maybe you're going into an interaction thinking, oh, this person, I want them to be my lover. But then what if this could be your best friend? But you're not going to let that happen. So now you're going to lose an amazing friend because you're so tunnel vision focused on the lover thing. Or likewise, maybe you're so focused on making friends and that like, what if this person isn't very good friends with you, but they'd be a great business partner and you could make a lot of money together? You're not going to see that. That's not, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so then part of freedom from outcome, part of the benefit from that is that it keeps you open to possibilities. So then you cast a wide net in a sense. So then it creates more opportunities. So then, because you're open to what things can happen, because you don't know what's going to happen. So then if you're looking tunnel vision stuck on something, you're going to miss out on all the other opportunities. You know, it's like you can have everything you want, but not all at once, you know, like, so, you know, maybe like this person, oh, you end up making a friend over there, or oh, they're a photographer, so they can help you with your thing or whatever. Oh, you know, so like you just kind of like, just generalize, like you socialize generally. And then things just happen, and then you take the opportunities as they come, and you're not just like, on the hunt for the opportunity. You know, it's like, it just seems like a way better way to do things. And it's a lot more fun. And it puts less pressure on people. And you connect with people more. I'm going to check this again to see how I'm doing, whether I'm still recording. Oh, we're about to stop recording. Well, I might as well stop here. So I feel like I've kind of explained it. So hope this gave you something of value. Alright, sorry about that. So anyway, it's just another thing I thought about real quick, this related to it, is that I feel like a lot of it, the obsession with the outcome thing stems from like, you don't trust life, you know, like it stems from like a need to control. Like it's like an anxiety relief behavior, you know, because you don't trust that things can go well, or you're just desperate or blah, 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 whatever. So, but it's like you have to, see, the reason why this is hard for many people is because you have to like let go of control. You have to trust life. You have to trust things, just open yourself up, you know, submission. You have to just submit and let go of trying to control it and just let things be as they are and let things happen as they happen. And that's really hard for a lot of people to do because it's like, then you feel like things aren't going to go the way you want, but it's like, that's, I feel like, part of maybe what's required. It's like you got to kind of have a trust with life and yourself. And people, and just in general, like you have to have some level of trust, and then you have to be comfortable with just allowing things to happen, and have uncertainty. That's what it is. You have to be allowing of uncertainty, and be okay with that, and go with the flow. You know, so. But when you can do that and really accept that, life is way more freeing. It's way more relaxing. You don't have to waste all of this energy trying to control everything. You can, you know, it's a lot less energy like a lot less. It takes way less energy. It's way easier to, you know, it's harder to fight the current than it is to just go with the current, you know, and just see where it takes you. And have trust in yourself that wherever it takes you, you know, you'll have some level of control over yourself and how you navigate wherever you're at. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much out of battery, so I'll just kind of wrap the video up with that. So, yeah, anyways, hope you gained something from this, and I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you later.